Ooh wee. Let's get the tweet out. Let's get the people in here. It's time. Pay for play week 2, baby. I already know what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey. We are so back, y'all.
Oh man, telling
One
you.
real week in the books. How we feeling?
Ah, man, I feel good. I mean, I think a lot of the things that we said on the show were true, which that's all we're going for. We told you Arch is gonna slowly roll. That's all we said. Like just chill out. Oh, this guy's feeling terrible. I
Oh
wonder
man.
why Alabama Crimson Tide fan is feeling terrible. Why?
I
You
almost
got
did
eight.
this show sitting outside, like smoking a cigar for the death of Alabama today.
Hey,
God,
take it
it's a
easy.
beautiful thing.
Take it easy on
Dude,
Vinny, okay? At
fuck
least
no. No.
at least he
No
shows up
Alabama
after they
Crimson
lose.
tape, dude.
He does.
Like,
He does. Vinny does show up whenever they lose. He's okay putting his feet to the fire.
18 years of suffering. Like, that's a whole grown adult.
Oh God.
Man.
They
I
ruined
I
my childhood.
but see, I love my favorite thing about week one, and I gotta be honest about it. My favorite thing is if you're a fan of a team, you played a good opponent. If you're a fan of a team that if you're a fan of a team that didn't look as impressive and won, it's we were rusty. We were bad out the blocks, right? And then if like your favorite, if you're like your arch rival wins, it's well, look who they played, bro. Like they didn't really play anybody, bro. And then Ronnie starts doing backflips about fucking Marshall, and we're like, "What's going on, bro? What's up with
I
that?"
told
Like,
y'all
I
they was
thought
gonna
I
cover.
thought this was like a fair thing across the board. Am I missing something?
I told y'all they was gonna cover. What you mean?
All
I
right,
told you.
bet. All
Oh,
right.
Marshall. Woo.
Ooh, my
Yeah,
goodness. The Thundering
absolutely.
Herd, whose like entire fucking roster and coach left.
Hey man, look, they were the ones talking shit. Y'all getting mad at me? They were the ones talking shit. I just told you what Kirby's record was when he's favored over 38-point spread, and that's it. And I was not hating on Arch, bro. Like, we'll get into the week 1 review since we're already here, okay? Pay for play. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy Sosa Picks, Dumb Brain Picks, aka Sam. I am Roddy 404. Please, please, please make sure to follow us at Pay for Play on X, Daily Bread Network on YouTube. We need your comments on YouTube, so please show them. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know any plays. All of y'all seen the slate, so we ain't gonna be here for too long. Okay, we got shit to do. All right, so I'm just being honest with y'all. Y'all seen the slate, but I am gonna be locked the fuck in at my child's birthday party with Vandy and Virginia Tech. Just know that. So week 1 review. All right, everybody said I was hating on Arch because I was in some of my group chats on X, and I was saying, man, another inaccurate pass. Man, another throw with terrible mechanics. Yeah, another bad decision. Like, I don't want it to be thought that it's all on Arch though. That's my only point there. It's not all on Arch. And Sosa will agree with me because he was saying the same thing. Steve Sarkisian, his offense is predictable, bro. Like, that's just what it is. Like, if you watch the tape, and I'm gonna be that guy, I watched the film, and I the Ohio State DBs knew what was coming. Like, they did. Like, it wasn't that they were just so amazing, like talent wise. They knew what to expect. So I just have to tell y'all to temper y'all expectations. So you agree with me? That was as much Arch as it was Sarkisian. Am I wrong? Oh, the mute's beating you up.
I would actually say it was more Sarkeesian than it was Arch. I mean, he galaxy brains it whenever he gets inside the 20, man. And it's just like repeated behavior. He's been doing it for years. You get close, the closer you get. If it's not like some sort of bomb off of like a 1975 Bill Walsh concept or a screen, once you get into that red zone, it's slim pickings, and it's been like that no matter what the talent level is, who's playing quarterback. It's been repeated behavior. So this is nothing short of just trash from Sarkisian, and it's expected at this point. I don't want to keep talking about it though. I feel like the entire world has already buried and drowned Arch Manning, and it's just time to move on. Like I don't week one's in the books. I feel like we dwelled on it for enough time, and the haters are either going to be right or wrong. We just got to wait another 6 weeks. That's all.
I don't want to dwell. I don't want to dwell on pile on Arch. I would like to continue to pile on Sarkisian because this is now the second high 5-star quarterback that we've seen show up in Texas and just not look very good. I mean, I don't know what's going on with it. It just feels like everyone's kind of taking a step back whenever they show up there. Like, offensive line talent was good. I don't think they're developing very good receivers. Like, the only ones that they've had have come via the transfer portal. The quarterbacks haven't taken very many steps forward. It's not a good look. And I've been told for years that Steve Sarkisian is this next level of offensive play caller and just continues to fail on the big stage time and time again. So, yeah, I would say that was more on him. Didn't really I don't know why he thought tush push situation was going to work against that Ohio State front. Like, everyone knew it was coming, and they couldn't win in the trenches. And I guess we're going to continue to watch it over and over again. Him just disappoint.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, at the end of the day, I think their chances of making the SEC championship are still great. They do have
play nobody. The SEC gave them a cakewalk to start their time in the SEC.
Well, the only thing is they have to win that Florida game. Obviously, now that's a must win if we're looking at the grand scale of things. If they win that game, I think they're pretty safe, even if they lose to Georgia, because their SEC record, they're probably only going to lose one SEC game. I think they take care of Texas A&M, but I'm still I'm still a little cautious with crowning them and doing all of that. But we've talked enough about Texas. It's time to get to you, Sam, and I owe you an apology. I was not familiar with you guys' game. I was not familiar with those transfers. I said it on Lowe's show. I think y'all are the best team in the country. Y'all, the difference between you guys' performance and Ohio State performance was that y'all lined it up and said, let's do it. Like, it wasn't no crazy schemes. It wasn't no you guys did blitz, a good bit, but it wasn't nothing. Yeah, like that, but that's what your DC is going to do. Exactly. So, but they just lined it up and said, we better than y'all. And they took it to them for 60 minutes. And
I think we could still be playing that game today, and that defense in the second half, like Clemson hasn't scored.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. It's the first time in, I don't even think since 2019, probably since 2018, where I was like, at the end of the game, I don't care, punt the ball. They're not scoring on us. Like, it's a breath of fresh air. It was like 2019, you finally had an offense. 2025, the defense is back. It's flying around. God, it was so fun to watch. DBs actually play good football. Like, create turnovers, be sticky on receivers. DBU's back. I'm fully aware. I'm saying it. DJ Pickett, that kid, and again, probably the best receiving core that we'll play all year. 23 snaps in coverage.
I meant to mention that because there was lots of doses of copium on the timeline because Antonio Williams went out of the game. Who's their best receiver? I mean, he got hurt in the first quarter and he went out the rest of the game. So they're saying that that was a mitigating factor in the game, even though I think LSU could have easily beaten this team by 3 touchdowns. The refs stole one from them, and the refs kind of just did a lot of dick eating to kind of keep Clemson close, in my opinion. After you rewatch it, it's man, they got a lot of calls that were very marginal, and just the refs kind of gave them some opportunities that were a bit out of the norm, in my opinion. I think, again, you look at the final score and you're like, this is not indicative of how good LSU really was in the ball game. You know what I mean? So
And and going back to like the ref stolen, in no way, shape, or form was that ever in my conscious, like watching that replay, that like it could have been ruled an incomplete pass. Like I thought it was just an easy lay it on the board touchdown. Like that, there's no way it should have not been.
Yeah, it's pretty clear it was a touchdoown. But
Yeah.
at the real Death Valley, that's a touchdown, right?
Yeah, 2 feet down,
Maybe.
hits the pylon. Like, and no, what are we doing? If a quarterback can like just hop over and put the ball across the line and pull it back, how is it not a touchdown to where you get 2 feet down and hit the pylon?
Yeah, that rule confuses me. There was a lot of even in the NFL games where, like, if you cross the pylon, I don't think anything other after that should matter. You did what you were supposed to do. Like that's just what it is. So I don't get it. I don't understand. But I think that was a great win by LSU. I think as we saw, how Bama looked, I think they're poised to get to Atlanta pretty easily. Like so, I think they're definitely the favorites in the conference, and I can see why Jake liked y'all. So salute to them, man. Salute to them. And Tuki, we're gonna get to this. Don't you worry, my brother, because that's another game. And we were just talking about this will be our last review unless you guys got something else. Lenora Sellers, obviously, they played on was that Monday or is that Sunday? I can't remember.
That was Sunday.
Okay, got you. Sunday
Against Virginia Tech.
Yeah, in the bins.
They got screwed too. One of their receivers got screwed too on a touchdown. So that game could have been a little bit worse for the losing team. Just a reference point.
Yeah. I feel you, but I mean, Lenoris.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with y'all today. I'm not doing this with y'all today. I'm not doing.
Credit. He's cool.
Played great. Given whatever he played good. I'm not doing that. Like I'm not doing that with anybody today.
Just saying.
I don't want to do that. I would say I think they were very lucky that they started the year with Virginia Tech. Like
yeah, it did
a better offense.
Yeah, did you know that they put like 15 players in the NFL last year?
They did 100%.
Virginia Tech, who were completely ass. Like and they have players that transferred that are gonna be like the defensive back that went to Notre Dame, first round pick.
The defensive back Mansour Delane at LSU.
First round pick. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they're like, how did Virginia Tech not win more games last year?
Their quarterback.
That's
their quarterback
that's not this year.
Yeah, but no, that's not this year. I know it's not this year. I'm just saying, like, I was kind of shocked when I was reading that. I'm like, damn, they put that many players in the league last season. They were ass.
But that's what I'm saying.
South Carolina is very fortunate to have been playing a bad team. Like a good team, I don't know, they can't disappear like that. And offensively or defensively, it's just not the same as it was last year. Like, yes, they still have Dylan Stewart.
Yeah, he's.
I mean, he's a freak. He's probably their best player.
He was hooping.
Yeah,
no lie.
It's not the same as it was last year. And that's to be expected whenever you lose multiple linebackers, almost everybody along your defensive front, multiple back end players. Like, I don't know. Everyone's already crowning them like, oh, the game at LSU is going to be incredible. I don't see them coming into real Death Valley and getting a win. So
yeah,
I would be remiss if we didn't at least pour one out for the Alabama dynasty doing week one review. Years and years of suffering. Just so happy to see them getting dominated in the trenches and killing the board 5-5 in his last 10. Ryan Williams hasn't gone over 100 yards since the Georgia game last year.
Hey, I'm just saying. It's look, a lot of things, and we didn't even talk about that. We have to talk about that. I've talked about it so much with other people that I thought we talked about it here already. I mean, Nick Saban wasn't there to save him. What can I say? He was right. Like,
you got to put major respect on Castellanos for that.
Yeah, like I don't know if this is the apex of their season, because I can see that happening. I can see them kind of falling back to earth just from, again, I watched the tape. The effort from the Bama DBs, whoever number 18 is, Vinny, if you could put his name in the chat for me, he needs to sit his ass down. He needs to be on the bench for at least the entire game against ULM. He was awful the whole game. He was not giving effort, being in the wrong place all the time. Like it was just terrible. And we're gonna have to start looking at Womack as well, because a lot of things that he was asking his guys to do, especially on that last touchdown that they had to the running back on the wheel route. I mean, he's got his backer in A gap, then he's firing the corner on the same side, telling his backer to go from the A gap all the way to cover the corner route or the wheel route from the fastest player on the team. Like, they're in trouble, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Like, they're in trouble. And Ty Simpson, I didn't even think looked that terrible. I don't think he looked good necessarily, but I think a lot of it was like, I'm not getting a lot from my receivers. And Bernard had like 100 yards. Like, he's leading the SEC in yards right now, which is crazy. But offensively, they just looked anemic. They couldn't run the ball at all. The offensive line, I guess they just go crazy when they play us, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, because I see them every other week other than when they play us, and they look terrible. But when they play us, they just know how to play football. I don't get it. So
if y'all lose them this year,
the line's already out. We're favored by 4 points right now.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
I'm not. When we get to that week, bro, I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all want me to be, poking my chest out and all that. I'm not doing it, bro. I can't. I've seen this movie too many times. So I'm sorry. I'm telling you now. That's what it is.
One more big winner from week one is the campus games, because the atmospheres in Ohio State, Florida State, I guess Clemson to a degree. It wasn't like it would be at LSU, but still,
Right.
those games had a lot more juice than those games in even Miami. The games at the neutral sites just light years ahead or behind the games on campus. So I hope we see more of them going forward.
Absolutely, 100%. So you got anything left for week one, or are we ready to hop into it?
I was ready for the bets. I was ready. I was off. I didn't want to talk about week one after we talked about Ohio State for the 800th time.
Don't hate because your boy didn't show up. Anyway, all right, we'll start with a rivalry. Okay, we'll try to wake it up a little bit. Iowa State. Obviously the Cyclones have looked good, to start the season, starting off their season in Ireland, coming back the week later, which kind of crazy to me in a sense, because you have to do a damn near you have to do a transatlantic flight, and then Iowa is in the Midwest, so it's a long ass trip. And they're coming back. They look good last week too. But again, they got Iowa coming in. I think everybody would be more inclined to take the under on this game because, hashtag Iowa. I get it. They don't score a lot of points. Iowa looked a little bit rough last week too. I can't lie. I mean, obviously they won the game. That's something that probably was a given, given the matchup. But Gronowski, I think he has to take a little time to adjust to what FBS is. Obviously, going to North Dakota State, which is the high end of FCS, I get it, but it's still different athletes that you got to play when you come into the big boy time. So, Sam, I'll start with you. Do you have anything on this game? Iowa State is a 3.5-point favorite. Thanks to my guy Spin Doc. There's a lot of money going on Iowa State right now. So, how are you feeling about this matchup?
I do like Iowa State. I'm usually pretty in line with the public, as we saw last week. I think every game that I took was like one of the top 5 bets of the week. So, but yeah, I do like how they responded after that Ireland win. Saw Kansas State really struggle with an inferior opponent, and they even put up the graphic like while the teams were playing in Dublin, how much it can affect. Like how the teams that have played in that game kind of take a few weeks to kind of get back on track, and they really struggle coming back. but it was good to see Iowa State kind of get it out rolling. It's going to be a tight game always in the Cyhawk game. I think we've seen inferior Iowa State teams take Iowa down to the wire. It's always a fun game to watch. It's just a good college football rivalry. But I'll take the better quarterback. I believe in Rocco Beck more than anyone that's going to be throwing the ball for Iowa. So, game at home, give me Iowa State -3.5.
All right, gotcha. Sosa, how you feeling about this one?
Listen, Rocco's the goods. Rivalry game. I think Rocco comes out here and hoops. Like his rushing yards. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think there's really anything that's like definitively bad about his game. I think he's calm under pressure. I think he understands situational football. I think that I like Iowa State to win the game. I think Iowa State's a team that, if I had to look right now, I think they're the favorite to win their conference. Just my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people have Arizona State. I mean, a lot of people do.
Utah,
they look good. The Utah. I mean, but God, we didn't do it in the week 1 review. But UCLA, good fucking Lord. But yeah, I think Iowa State is poised to, be in the conference championship game. I think it'll be them and Arizona State. Arizona State. Some people might think they don't have a big test this week. I think they do. I think Mississippi State's going to be better. But in terms of this game, I like the over. I think a lot of people are going to take the under on this game. I think there are going to be points, believe it or not. I can see this as like a 20-24 game, getting us to the 44. That's all we need. So I think this should be a good one. But, yeah, I mean, look, like I said, Blade ain't the best this week. Okay. Anything else on this game? Because
no.
I'm not spending the trust fund on this one. But we do have another game that we have to get to, the premier game of the day. Michigan tonight going to Norman, Oklahoma to face the Sooners. Moneyline Mateer put up the most passing yards in a debut for an Oklahoma quarterback, 398 yards. So salute to him. Obviously, Bryce played last week against New Mexico. Bit of a slow start, but of course they pulled it off at the end of the game. So I'll start here with you on this one. How are you feeling about this week in terms of Bryce going into hostile environment, a Brett Venables defense? A lot of people don't think a freshman will survive, with that going up against them. So how are you feeling about this one?
I think it's important that we don't jump out the window in regards to Bryce Underwood. Competition that he faced in the first game might not have been great. I'm looking for like the small things, like the body language. How does he look as a player in, is he a leader? Do his teammates play for him? Does he have a good understanding of the offense? Is he in command of the offense? I saw all those things, but then again, also you have to keep in mind the level of competition that he faced in his first game. Did he look like a viable, talented player? Absolutely. He's had the label of special since he was 15 years old. We've been talking about him like he was one of those guys since he was a sophomore in high school. So to be overly impressed, you can't really do that because we've seen him do some really good things on a football field. I think that when I look at the tape or just in general, what you see from Michigan, I think Michigan played a very, very safe game. They didn't really run the full offense. They didn't go out there and extend, like the playbook. They handed the ball off. They had no design quarterback runs. They had no read option offense. It was just very vanilla. And that's obviously by design, knowing that they have Oklahoma waiting in the wings this week. So I think we're going to get a little bit more of a running dimension from Bryce in regards to Michigan. I think this is where we learn how far and advanced his brain is as a quarterback, understanding that you need to sustain drives and maybe not score, but protect the football and put your defense in a situation where they can force Oklahoma into possibly making some bad decisions, or maybe, just forcing them to have to become more one-dimensional as opposed to, giving them a bunch of shots with Mateer and this offense to just go down the field and basically smoke you.
Yeah.
On the other side with Mateer, I love Mateer's understanding of the offense. It's really wonderful to see when a quarterback fully is ingratiated into a scheme and there's no question marks as to if he can go out there and execute the offense. I think Mateer, you watch him, he's very, at this point, it's robotic as far as knowing what to do in the game, as far as run pass option. I even look at like the fakes, and he the nuances. He's into it, very, very heavy into it in regards to just knowing the offense and having a full command of it. I think, honestly, I think it's an Oklahoma spot. I think that Venables, I think this leans more on him needing this win. Obviously, it's a huge win if Bryce Underwood's able to go into Norman, Oklahoma, and come away with a win. Second start as a true freshman. I mean, we're gonna the legend will be born in Norman, Oklahoma, in the event that they are able to pull this off. Just given the circumstance, yeah. In road game, first like real test, and again, I don't want to overstate what we saw last week from either team. I do think that a lot of people are leaning towards the under. I think it'll be a little bit more wide open than people think. I also think that Bryce Underwood, if you're getting a line on his rush yards, I'll take it, because I think that can be the great equalizer in this game. A quarterback that can get first downs with his legs, extend plays, and put his team in position to where they don't have to rely on their defense going out there and getting them 10 stops in a game.
Right.
So that's my thoughts and analysis in regards to the matchup. Kick it to you, Sam, and whatever your thoughts are on this one.
Yeah, we were talking pre-show, and it does kind of feel like where we were talking Michigan, kind of like rat taking the cheese if you're with it. And I woke up this morning, I almost took the cheese, but the more and more I thought about it, I'm taking Oklahoma. And this one, I just think it's kind of like Sosa said, Venables needs a win like this. Like, even though they had like the Alabama win last year, I wouldn't count that as a signature win for Venables yet, just because of how the season went for them. Like, they were barely bowl eligible. They didn't look good. Like, had so many injuries in the receiving core. So I think they need this more than Michigan does. And coming out in that environment, I just think it's going to be a little bit too much. Like, I think, as much as it pains me to say, Bryce Underwood is going to be the real deal. I can say that because Jake's not on here this week. But yeah, I just think Oklahoma pulls it out. I think it'll probably be a close back and forth game. Oklahoma pulls out in the second half. But yeah, not too much. I think I do like the quarterback that knows the spreads. So money line Mateer, give me that.
All right. I feel you. I took the cheese. I can't lie to you. Again, I watched the tape.
Bro, the tape. Listen, so you saw that, like, he did miss some throws.
Yeah, and he was missing them arm side, which concerns me.
Okay, so yes, there are moments where you're like, damn, like, he had the balls to make a couple of throws where you're like, but again, like, they ran the ball so much with the backs that I gotta see him against Venables. I gotta see if Venables and then listen, it's a copycat world, not a copycat league. It's a copycat world. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you're telling me that Venables and these other defensive minds didn't see Matt Patricia just put a bunch of guys at the line of scrimmage and basically tell the quarterback, hey, you have to figure out who the fuck is blitzing or rushing on this play. The head coach can't do it for you because they're not the ones seeing it. And I think that's something that we'll start to see as far as like the evolution of defense in college. If you're dealing with super athletes playing quarterback, you better figure out a way to confuse them at the line of scrimmage. So I think that again, this should shape up to be a great game. Also, we really didn't get to see what Michigan has as far as receiver outside, right? Like, I don't think none of their receivers really got tested from like a cornerback standpoint or even from any sort of the secondary. So I just, again, it's too many variables on the Michigan side and belief in them after playing a bad opponent. But like I said, if you watch the game, again, they did not make any design runs for Bryce. I think this week they unleashed that. I think that can be the great equalizer in the game. His legs. If Bryce Underwood can be a runner and be a willing runner, the offense goes to another dimension.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. This is the reason why I like Michigan today, and I have Michigan money line as an official play for everyone. Does anyone in here know the yards per carry of the Oklahoma Sooners last week? 3.2. I saw on that tape, Illinois State consistently whooped their offensive line's ass. Now, obviously, Mason Graham is in there. Kenneth Grant is in there. I get it. Like, the Michigan defensive line is not what it was last year, 2 years ago, whatever. But I think that's very concerning if I see a lot of your offensive linemen look like they don't know what the heck they're doing. And while I love Mateer, while I think he's a good player, I don't know if he can just beat a Michigan defense by solely running the ball. Like, I don't know that. So I like Michigan today. Like, I really think Bryce has the confidence, and he didn't show me any fear at all in the game last week. And I get it. It's New Mexico. You're at home. You have everything working to your advantage. I get it. But his confidence, his decisiveness, his skill, it was on display last week. And I'm not even talking about just, him being against an opponent that they were clearly greater than. Like, he knows how to play quarterback, and he loves playing football. There's just no doubt about that for me.
It's the Jay-Z line, bro. Pete the way I walk, dog. I walk like a ball player. Like, he just got the aura, dog. He got it. I hate that it's not an LSU dog, but he really do got like unlimited swag.
Yeah.
So when you're better at LSU than it is.
When you're a true freshman, and it's like the speech in Remember the Titans. When I was 8 years old, I lost both my parents in the same week. I was the youngest one, but they were all looking up to me. Like, it's like that's what it is with Bryce, bro. It's like he's the youngest one, and you can just see they're like, "What are we doing, dude?" Like, it's on. They already put the whole, just go run the show. I think it's gonna be interesting to see. If we will find out immediately today if Bryce is one of them once again. I will beat it into submission as far as my thought process here. Bryce Underwood's rushing yards today is the cheat, the quiet play that if you can get it, bet it. I think you can get 50 yards for like 350 or 400 or something like that. I think that's the equalizing force for Michigan today.
Yeah, if you're talking rushing yards,
it's pretty low. It's got to be. Let's because I don't get the player props in Philly, so I gotta either go to Jersey to do it or call someone to have him do it for me.
Allegedly. His rushing prop for me is a 9.5. Like, I'm taking that all day. I agree. And Tim, I'm with you. If you faded first time QBs on the road last week, you definitely did make some money. I just don't know if any of them first time QBs is like this dude. I'm just be real with you. Like, I can fully understand why he was the number one player in the country. Anything else on this, gentleman?
You ever see me believe in these youngins? Ever?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I didn't say I believe. You're right. But Arch is not. Arch is not a youngin.
You put all.
But hold on. Arch is not a youngin. This is third year in the program. We're not doing that.
That's valid.
I would just like to point out you were all over Ed Orgeron's evaluation because
that's your man's though. Burrow. But that's your. But hold on. But that's your man's.
He's the closest thing to Joe Burrow.
Right, but that's your man's though. See what I'm saying?
No, he's not. No, he is far from my man's.
But he got you your last ring.
Good
what happened after that?
Yeah.
It all fell apart quickly.
Hey man, you talking to a Notre Dame fan. Let me just get one, bruh. I'm cool.
Yeah, I know. No, that's
I'm cool. Let me get one.
If Sosa's rushing thing for Bryce Underwood, I'll just add Bryce Underwood plus 310 anytime touchdown. So,
ooh, okay.
I'm mad at that, bro. Yeah, I love the play.
Like
Who's going first?
Who wants to go first?
I can.
Maybe that's a better question. Okay, Sam, go ahead. What you feeling? Best bets. Best
Go
bets.
for it.
There's a
And
lot
drop
of,
them in the comments if you're watching on YouTube or X. Drop yours in the
Yeah,
comments.
whatever y'all like.
There's
Yes.
a lot of talk about how this is a shitty slate. And I don't disagree. On paper, it's a bad slate. We've had a lot of really great slates on paper just be absolute shit. So, you know what? This could be a sneaky Saturday. I think there's a lot of matchups that could end up being good games. And, you know, you can kind of focus more on those because there's not any marquee matchups that are going to be dominating the screen. So you can kind of flip around. I like it. You know, we're not going to take any college football Saturday for granted after we waited 8 months. So just enjoy it. We got some plays. Iowa State -3.5 and OU -4.5. Those are already official. I'll take Baylor +3.5 on the road at SMU. I'm going to keep riding with Baylor. They were my pick, sneak pick to win the Big 12 this year. It doesn't look great to start, but I think I'll take a chance with them on the road. I think this is probably their toughest game. This is their toughest game on the road by far. I believe in Dave Aranda, so I think he'll get the defense right after last week, kind of getting run all over. So we'll take a chance on them. It feels like Rat taking the cheese in that Ole Miss game. For whatever reason, it's like 95% of the money on Ole Miss today, and the line is just keep continuing to go down. So I'm not going to believe in the defense, but I'm going to believe in Lane Kiffin. I have Ole Miss team total. It's at 29.5 right now. I'm going to take that over. I believe in Lane Kiffin and the offense always. They're always going to put up points, and Kentucky's just a bad team this year. We'll see if they have any fight today and going forward into the season. Mizzou, Kansas, over 50.5. I don't believe in. I know Kansas has held their opponents, I think, 7 points each of the first couple of games. This is a step up in competition. Bo Pabula, I believe I said that right.
Pabula, yes.
I think both quarterbacks are going to go up and down the field in this one. And I think it'll be a step up in competition for Kansas, and there'll be a lot of points in this one. Like Mizzou in the game, a little scared to take it on the spread. Vandy moneyline, Roddy, I know you're on that. I'll let you go into that a little bit more. But Florida USF under 56.5. I think it's at 57.5 now. I think this is a similar spot to that UCF game last year whenever they came into the swamp. And Florida just kind of ran them out the swamp. And could be a little bit of a look-ahead spot. I know Florida goes on the road to LSU next week. I'll be in Death Valley for that one. But I think Florida, their defense will come to play, get some stops. I think UCF has a pretty sneaky good defense too. They'll get some stops as well. So I like the under in that one. And then I'll finish it out with LSU -36.5. I think we're pitching a shutout today. Offense is going to be looking good, throwing the ball to those receivers downfield in this one. So, yeah, I think LSU wins by 40+, and I'll take that.
Now, I wanted to add, Sam, on your Florida play. Byram, and I think this is legit reporting. If I got scammed, if I got Ballsack Sports, then let me know. But apparently he was late to a team meeting and got caught at a frat party, so he's not playing in the first half. That's what I saw on Twitter. Again, I don't know if that's legit, but I saw that, and it instantly made me go take Florida and for first half. But so you can go ahead with your plays because I know you got some.
I'm keeping it real simple, bro. I think I like Oklahoma in a close one. I like Iowa State to win and cover. I just think Rocco's like a dark horse. I think he's a dark horse for the trophy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know if he'll put up the crazy statistics throughout the season, but they do have enough opponents that are bad defensively to give them an opportunity to win some games. I'm with Sam on the team total for the for Lane Kiffin and them. Again, he said it right. You believe in Lane Kiffin offensively, they're gonna hoop. That's just what they do. Kansas, Missouri. I am going to take Kansas with the +6.5. I think Kansas keeps it close. They're a much different team with Jalen Daniels as their quarterback. When he's on the field and healthy, he performs well. That's just part of what he does. He's a gamer, and I think that he's one of those players who's underrated over the span of a college career, just because he's had ups and downs. Love Bo Prabula, like you said. I think they were showing some of his workout videos. He's like strong as shit, like something. I mean, he's like he's a real weight room guy or locker room guy too. I heard he's the coach's son.
Sneaky quick.
And
First
and left out. Yep.
And then on the final one, I am rolling with West Virginia -3.5. I do like Rich Rod today to go into Ohio and win. I think I'll be back in Ohio or West Virginia a few times this season. I love the way that Ohio competed against Rutgers last week in the first half. They were down 2 touchdowns. They came out in the third quarter, closed the game. Rutgers came back and ended up ultimately winning the game by a field goal. Best streak in college football, if you guys are betting college props. The Rutgers kicker has made 19 consecutive field goals.
19.
And I believe 8 of them have been over 50 yards. So just a little tidbit for whenever y'all see them on the field again. His kicking points might be in play no matter who they play because he's been automatic for them. That's all I got. Roddy, send us home, brother.
All right. Indeed, I will. And Spo, thank you for this. I did get scammed, so Byram is going to play in the first half. I just looked it up. It was No 3 Sports. I fucking hate y'all, man. Jesus Christ, I hate y'all. All right. So no Florida first half pick for me at all. I do think Florida wins the game, though, by at least 2 touchdowns easily. I definitely do. Don't have a bet on it because it's got to 18 at this point. But my official plays, I got Michigan money line. I already said that. I think Bryce goes in there and shows them what's up this week. I got the under at 46. 44 is a little bit to me. I definitely am feeling more comfortable with those 2 points. Sam, I'm taking the Chiefs. I do think Ole Miss is going to stomp Kentucky. I just wasn't impressed. Toledo, I personally overvalued them a little bit. They didn't look the greatest, but Kentucky didn't do much to convince me that they're that much better than them. So, but I do think Ole Miss, even though they got their chain snatched last week, shout out to Georgia State, baby. You know what we do out there. I think this is
you got run off the field.
I mean, yeah, of course we got run off the field. We're still Georgia State, but we still threw that chain in the crowd, though. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't care if you get beat. Just snatch a chain. You remember when Aqib Talib snatched?
I'm with that. See, now I'm with that. Now, see, I'm with that line of thinking now. I'm with that line of thinking for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I mean, like, listen, you lose a game, at least snatch a chain, punch a motherfucker, something.
Yeah.
Tell me you're not a bitch. Like, because your teammates done showed they bitches. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Ole Miss wins today.
Listen, that's another problem I have. Like, you're a bad teammate if you don't stick up for your teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also your teammates should know better than to be out here getting hoed. Don't be getting hoed by nobody. You know what I mean? So that's my only thing. Like, show some pride, show some wherewithal that you know what I mean, that you're not a bitch. Like, we don't want to. There's nothing fun about that.
Some self-respect.
I'm mad we gotta wait till 7:30 for this Oklahoma game, though. God damn.
Yeah. It's. I mean, well,
better than noon.
Yeah. Because the Iowa State game again, I have the over in that game.
We used to be a proper country. We could watch. We used to be a proper country. We used to get games at 3:30. You know what I'm saying?
Blame CBS. They wanted the Big Ten.
Now I gotta watch like 18 fucking applications just to pull up the schedule. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man.
And then my last play of the day, I'm tailing Sosa on Bryce's rushing yards. I really like that. I got the Commodores. I became a closet Vandy fan for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is about my guy Diego, but going on the road, he ain't scared of Sandman. He don't care if the game is 7:30. He gonna go in there and win it. I think Stowers is the best tight end in America. I think Diego is going to do enough to make it, you know, a game where he's going to calm all of his guys down, because obviously in an out of conference situation, in an environment like Virginia Tech, even though they looked terrible last week, I think the fans are going to be rocking, and I think it's going to be a tough environment to play in. But I do like Vandy money line. I saw it the whole week. I still really don't know how they're not favored. I think they're still getting the Vandy, like, you guys are Vandy type of thing. But I think they come away with the victory this week. So those are all of our best bets. Anything else, gentlemen, before we get out of here?
All of these will be posted on the timeline around 11 a.m. in case anybody missed it. But yeah, man, we right back with it next week. You already know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we appreciate y'all for showing up. We got a great slate next week, so please tune in. And then, yeah. Oh, well, there we go, Eddie, Degenerate of the Week. What is your profile picture? Dan Campbell in a Kool-Aid pitcher? Is that what that is?
Yes, bro. He from Detroit, and he loves the Lions. Well, he loves Detroit sports in general. So, you know, and he's a Michigan guy. So, you know, I'm not, listen, 50 at plus 1,300. I promise you, bro, as there is a God above. Bryce Underwood, they got, listen, man, the firework package is coming today, bro. The firework package. I'm telling you, watch.
Okay.
This is the evolution of listen, this is how good can a quarterback be? You put one game plan in 1 week, you put a completely different one in the next week. Can he make it happen? I think he can. We're going to see. All
right. Fair enough. Well, like I said, please give us a follow at Pay for Play on X. Give us a follow all on our personal pages at Roddy404 for me, at Dumb Brain Picks for Sam, at Sosa Picks for Sosa. And yeah, please, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the video, to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff. We'll be back next week, like I said, same time, same place, and we'll holla at y'all next week, man. Peace.